Tonight, we celebrate a few that have made us great, that have made us one. We're the loyal volunteers, like Bill Barron of Maine and Tony Fair of Georgia Southern, Ed Sidwell of Penn State, Pete Fagella of Arizona State, Gene Peary and Dr. Jimmy Davis of Ole Miss, Graham Tash of Washington, and Tom Mason of Oklahoma State. Two who this year joined the Chapter Eternal, George Wright of Louisiana Lafayette and Dr. Tom Lightsey of West Georgia. And we're Kent Bangeter and Austin Landry. One from Utah, one from Alabama. Volunteers for Sigma Nu, best friends for life. We're Geneva and Miss Joe, Margaret Meltzer and Alice Simons, Hercules, Columbus, Rev Young and Doc Brown, and all the other chapter house staff that prepared our meals, taught us manners, and kept us in line as we grew to be men. Joe alluded to this, but tonight, first night of my regency, I would be putting us all at risk of a lightning strike if I didn't mention one of the best, a great lady named Annie Ruth Favors. Annie Ruth ran the kitchen for us at MU for over 20 years. She was a legend, not only at MU, but on the University of Georgia campus in the city of Athens. Annie Ruth was a large woman. She weighed 414 pounds, but she was known not for her size, but for the warmth of her heart. For Grand Chapter 2012, Brad Beecham and I are planning a special luncheon. We're going to feature a lot of Annie Ruth's favorite dishes at that luncheon. For those of y'all who take cholesterol medication, double up. And we're the names. At the headquarters shrine in Lexington, around the ceiling, were the 52 names in the Hall of Fame, the 87 in the Hall of Honor. We're the 230 on the Robert L. Marchman Memorial Flag Pavilion, and the 3,540 on the Pathway of Honor. And in big cities and small towns across the land, were the names of countless brothers on buildings, monuments, and markers, honoring their success, their service, and their sacrifice. The liturgy of our ritual reminds us of the warrior knights of old. These warrior knights who, when the call came, rose up to defend their land, their possessions, and their way of life. Tonight, those warrior knights are embodied by Army First Lieutenant Seth Lujan of the Ada Delta Chapter, West Texas A&M, serving in Iraq. Army First Lieutenant Andrew Oliver, Gamma Phi Chapter, Montana, also in Iraq. Navy Commander Gray Nelson, Beta, University of Virginia, at sea in the Gulf region. Army First Lieutenant Bobby Woods, MU, Georgia, leading a special warfare team in the mountains of Afghanistan with the Army's elite 75th Ranger Regiment. May God watch over all these warrior knights and bring them back to us safely. And when they return, let us stand with pride and start a new Sigma Nu tradition. Invite these brothers back to their respective chapter homes for the hero's welcome they have so rightly earned. We come from Shelbyville, Kentucky, McCandless Township, Pennsylvania. We're from Mangum, Oklahoma, Andalusia, Alabama. We're from Monroe and Marshallville. We're from St. Simons, St. Louis. We're from Springfield and Sylacauga. We're in the big city of Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm from the small town of Bowden, Georgia, and we are the Knights of the Legion of Honor. Thank you.